Hey everyone, I'm Richie Valdez, MP for Mississauga Streetsville, and joining me today is
Cassie Valdez.
And Cassidy, how old are you?
7.
And what grade are you in?
Grade 1.
Well, thank you very much for helping Mommy out. Give me 5. All right. So I just wanted to introduce the both of us. We're really excited to share with you something very special. But before we do that, I'd like to begin by acknowledging that I'm joining you virtually from Mississauga and that the land I'm on today is part of the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the traditional territory of the Anishinaabeg, the Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and the Ojibwe Chippewa peoples. A special thank you to We Watch Childcare for sharing this special book with us, and I'm going to show you the book very soon. We Watch has been providing licensed, quality, and educational in-home childcare for 35 plus years. This month, as a part of their Together We Can Read, Learn, and Grow program, we are reading This Little Trailblazer by Joan Holub and Daniel Rood in honor of International Women's Day. So here's a look at the book. You ready, Cassidy?
Yeah.
Awesome. Here is This Little Trailblazer, a Girl Power Primer by Joan Holub and Daniel Rood. Paving the way to a future that's bright, helping the world with their skills, smarts, and might. Little trailblazers cause great big changes. Yes. Ada Lovelace. This little trailblazer helped think of a way to do math with machines called computers today. We're in fact in front of a computer right now. Ada Lovelace wrote one of the first computer programs the U.S. government later named a computer language Ada in her honor. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
This little trailblazer had the courage and skill to organize hospitals and care for the ill. Her name was Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale began the first professional school for nurses. She was nicknamed the Lady with the Lamp. Look at that lamp.
Yeah.
What do you think she uses the lamp for? To
To
light the way.
Oh.
Yeah. This little trailblazer became a millionaire by designing simpler clothes for women to wear. Her name was Coco Chanel. Coco Chanel disliked the tight dresses of the early 1900s. She created comfortable styles that women still love today. Isn't that a pretty dress?
Yeah.
It's really classic. This little trailblazer caused a big fuss by not giving up her seat on the bus. Rosa Parks' bravery helped change an unfair rule that African Americans could not sit by Caucasians on the bus. That's her on the bus. It's amazing. She kept her seat. This little trailblazer practiced at the bar. In the Firebird Ballet, she soared like a star. Her name was Maria Tallchief. Maria Tallchief was the first prima ballerina of the New York City Ballet and the first world-famous Native American ballerina. I think you want to become a ballerina one day, right? Yeah? Awesome. This little trailblazer could run, jump, and throw. When she hit the track, crowds cheered, "Go, Wilma, go." Her name was Wilma Rudolph. Wilma Rudolph wore a leg brace as a girl, yet she became the first American woman to win 3 Olympic gold medals in track and field. Not just 1, not just 2, but 3. It's amazing. This little trailblazer can settle a fight about whether a law is wrong or right. Her name was Sonia Sotomayor. Sonia Sotomayor, the first Latina judge and third woman to serve on the Supreme Court of the United States. That's amazing, right, Cassidy?
Yeah.
This little trailblazer marched to first grade and changed every school with each step she made. Her name was Ruby Bridges. Ruby Bridges was the first African American child at her school and helped change things so kids of all colors now learn together. Isn't it better when we learn together, Cassidy? I agree. This little trailblazer designed a V-shaped wall, carved with heroes' names that's beloved by all. Her name is Maya Lin. Maya Lin is the architect and sculptor who created the popular Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. This little trailblazer helps girls everywhere to be treated in ways that are kind and fair. Her name is Malala Yousafzai. Malala Yousafzai wants all children to be free to go to school. She is the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize. This right here is the Nobel Peace Prize. It is an honor to get that award, and she was able to get it at such a young age. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like my hero. All of them are. Computers, lawmaking, designing, ballet. How will you change the world someday? A teenage girl who led the French army to fight England in the 1400s. Joan of Arc. First woman to run for Congress, co-organizer of the first U.S. Women's Rights Convention. Elizabeth Cady Stanton. A former slave who led other slaves to freedom on the Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman. This doctor was the first woman in the U.S. to earn a medical degree. Elizabeth Blackwell. She began the first scout troop in the U.S. to teach girls leadership skills. Her name was Juliet Gordon Low. She was one of the first undercover news reporters. She wrote about poor people's problems. Her name was Nellie Bly. She was the first African American woman to get a pilot's license to fly airplanes. Her name was Bessie Coleman. She was one of Mexico's great artists. She is famous for painting pictures of herself. Her name is Frida Kahlo. She is a superstar actress who was the first woman to run a major TV show. Her name is Lucille Ball. This jazz singer was the first African American woman to win a Grammy Award. Her name was Ella Fitzgerald. She is the first female Prime Minister of India. Her name is Indira Gandhi. She is the first woman to run for president of the United States with a major political party. Her name is Hillary Clinton. The question really is, Cassidy, is how will you and all of you girls out there, how will you change the world someday? See, and because it's a question mark, what that means is that your future is to be decided by you. So you can be the change in the world and you get to define what that is, right, Cassidy?
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, little trailblazers cause great big changes. That's in the last page here. And this is a really important message because little trailblazers cause great big changes. Amazing. What did you think about that book?
It's good.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for listening, Cassidy. Thank you all for joining and for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed This Little Trailblazer by Joan Holub and Daniel Rood.
Bye.